Well, the Browns are getting ready to face the Miami Dolphins on Sunday in Miami. And Mary Kay, things continue to trend in the right direction for Denzel Ward, who was back on the field, not back on the field. He was practicing again today. He came back on Monday. Wyatt Teller also on the practice field. A few guys off to the side, Joel Bitonio, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, but at least those two guys, Denzel Ward and Wyatt Teller, seem to be working their way back.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they probably will play, and that is so vitally important, especially, I think, Denzel Ward in this game, as we've talked about so much, going up against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and how well Tua is playing this year. So Denzel back would be great, and it would be good timing for the Browns considering that his replacement, Martin Emerson Jr., was out ill today. So that's not a good sign when you're sick on Wednesday. So they're happy to have Denzel doing well.
Now, Ashley, I mentioned Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was on the bike. He's working back from that knee injury, but somebody who's been playing in place of him, Sione Takitaki, he's looked really good in this defense.
He has, and he's almost played as many snaps at the halfway point of this season as he played in all of the 2021 season. But I think especially against the Bengals, you saw how effective he is flying all over the field. He had 13 tackles in that game, of course, a huge strip sack. So I think this is maybe the best football that he's played in his 4-year career so far, and it definitely comes at a key time where the Browns linebacker room has just been decimated by injuries.
And Mary Kay, one of the few John Dorsey holdovers still kind of hanging around, and it's just good to kind of see him develop into really a useful football player on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's always been good against the run, but it seems like the lights have come on for him this year, and just in all facets of his game. And getting some of those takeaways, that's what they really, really need. If they can find a linebacker who can do that and be so disruptive in the middle of the field, that will really, really help them. And I think, I asked him about this today. You know, this is a season in which they expected a lot of young guys to really step up. JOK, Grant Delpit, Jacob, Jordan Elliott, and they haven't necessarily flashed yet, but Sione Takitaki has.
Now, of course, this is another revenge game for Jacoby Brissett. He's played the Patriots. He's playing the Dolphins. Now, he didn't really want to make it sound like a revenge game. He said, they haven't done anything wrong to me, but Mary Kay, come on, there has to be a little something there when a team decided to let you go in free agency, even if they had a starter in place.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, he said, they didn't do anything to me, but still, you have memories, you have friends, it feels familiar. He knows Tua really well. He's from there. So there's got to be a little something extra when you're going back home.
And Ashley, I don't think Jacoby really lets on, but I do feel like there's a little bit of a chip on that shoulder. Games like this, and nobody really thinks, oh, this guy's a real starter. I feel like there's a chip on that shoulder there.
I think when we talk about Jacoby, I do think in general he kind of has a chip on his shoulder, right? Like every time we hear from him, for example, his age, or when people make fun of, that he's maybe not the fastest guy in the locker room, I think he does kind of get a little defensive. It might help him a little bit out there on the field, but kind of like what Mary Kay said, I think anytime a guy is going home, even if it's not a team he played for before, they have that extra juice or extra fans, family, friends in the stands for them. So I'm definitely interested to see what he looks like coming off this bye.
All right, Jacoby Brissett and the Browns going to Miami this weekend. We'll have full coverage of everything leading up to the game and, of course, the game itself, all at cleveland.com/Browns.